This is Mac OS Ken.
More COVID closures in the supply chain, a smartphone satisfaction shift among U.S. consumers, and a muted Parler lands back in the App Store. It's Wednesday, the 19th of May, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Fundrise, the future of real estate investing. Learn more at fundrise.com/macosken. This show is also sponsored by Amazon Pharmacy. Your medication made easy. You know what makes sense to me? Not going out when you're sick. I mean, you may have to go to the doctor, but if he or she gives you a prescription, do you have to traipse all over town to get it? You do not with Amazon Pharmacy. I'm a Prime member. I get stuff from Amazon. Not everything, but some things. I know they know how to deliver. Literally. And they can do that with your meds as well. Just have your doctor's office send your next prescription straight to Amazon Pharmacy, and your prescriptions turn up at your door. It works with most insurance plans nationwide, but Amazon Prime members paying for a prescription without insurance can save with Amazon Pharmacy. Their pricing is clear and understandable, they're HIPAA compliant, and you can get in touch with a pharmacist 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're still going to the pharmacy to pick up your meds, have them come to you instead. Amazon Prime members can save on prescription medication when not using insurance and get free 2-day delivery. Learn more at amazon.com/macosken. That's amazon.com/macosken. amazon.com/macosken. Apple suppliers Foxconn and Luxshare have been ordered to close a few factories in Vietnam due to outbreaks of COVID-19. It doesn't sound like the outbreaks are centered on the plants themselves, though. Rather, a piece from Bloomberg indicates that the plants are in a region where an outbreak is occurring. According to the report, 4 industrial parks in the Bắc Giang province have been ordered to close. Luxshare and Foxconn have factories in 2 of the 4 industrial parks. A government official was quoted in the piece saying they are implementing our request to temporarily close down entire factories, and we will send health officials in to help them reorganize to be able to quickly resume operations and restrain the virus's spread at the same time. We hope to resume operations of these factories in 2 weeks to limit disruptions in the global supply chain. According to Bloomberg, a Foxconn factory at a 5th industrial park in the province has stayed up and running. While both Luxshare and Foxconn are Apple suppliers, it's unclear what, if anything, these particular factories make for Apple. As of yesterday, Bloomberg says Vietnam has just over 1,400 active cases of COVID-19. 474 are in the Bắc Giang province. 2 cases were tied to one of the Luxshare factories, according to the report. News of a smartphone satisfaction survey that might want a grain of salt to go with it. Apple Insider says the latest American Consumer Satisfaction Index is out, covering smartphone satisfaction in the U.S. According to that, consumers are happier this year with Samsung phones than they are with iPhones. According to the report, Samsung's retained an American Consumer Satisfaction Index score of 81 in 2020, the same score it had a year prior. However, Apple's score dropped 2% year-over-year to 80, landing it in a 3-way tie with Motorola and Google. I have no problem believing that some people like Samsung phones more. I have no problem believing that Samsung could make a superior phone. Here's where we might need that salt, though. Apple Insider points out that the ACSI's 2020 to 2021 data is based on interviews with 21,189 U.S. consumers carried out between the 1st of April 2020 and the 29th of March 2021. For 5 of those months, Apple had a 5G-enabled iPhone 12 on the market. And yet the survey seems to only cover phones that were out on the 1st of April 2020, which means no iPhone 12s in the mix. Now, I have an iPhone 11. I like my iPhone 11. That said, I do wonder what I'm missing not having a 5G-enabled iPhone 12, and I do wonder how that might affect my answer should somebody quiz me on how I like my phone. I know it shouldn't. The piece says among respondents in the survey, the top criteria for judging a smartphone included ease of text messaging in first place, followed by ease of phone calling, phone design, and audio quality. Samsung may clean up and all of that. It will still be interesting to see the next survey with iPhone 5G in the mix. A follow-up to yesterday's talk of earphones, headphones, and lossless audio, Apple on Monday announced the arrival next month of both Dolby Atmos spatial audio and lossless audio coming to Apple Music. With the announcement came a bit of confusion about what could handle which format and what could not. Turns out technological limitations mean none of Apple's wireless earbuds or headphones can handle lossless audio. Understanding that, there was still a question around AirPods Max. Sure, they're made to work wirelessly, though unlike standard AirPods and AirPods Pro, AirPods Max ship with a lightning cable, providing a wired connection. Cool, though a piece from Engadget says that will not do the lossless trick. The headphones still won't accurately reproduce the higher quality tunes, according to the site. More cars, fewer people in them. Apple Insider says its Cupertino namesake has upped its number of self-driving cars while reducing its number of test drivers. The report cites data from the California Department of Motor Vehicles. According to that, Apple currently has 68 self-driving test vehicles on the road, its first increase since August of 2019. Kind of funny that. The roads were practically empty this time last year. Might have been perfect for robocars. That said, Apple did take advantage. A report from the company to the DMV from earlier this year indicated that Apple's fleet doubled its road testing miles in 2020. As for test drivers, their number has been cut in half. In October 2020, the piece says Apple had 154 licensed drivers for its autonomous fleet. That number now stands at 76, according to the report. The chat app Parler is back in the App Store. Engadget ran that news earlier this week. I had started to say that the app had straightened itself out, though that may have been hoping for a bit much. You probably remember the app getting the boot, though just in case, Engadget says Apple kicked out Parler in the wake of the January 6th U.S. Capitol riot, arguing that the social media firm hadn't done enough to curb threats of violence and illegal activity. They may not have fixed those issues as much as hidden them from iThings' eyes. Indications in the report are that where iOS is concerned, the app now hides posts marked hate by Parler's AI-based moderation system. Engadget goes on to say you'll have to use an Android device or the web to see those posts, although you'll still have to click through to see them. Letter of the law, if not the spirit. As of earlier this week, neither Amazon nor Google had reinstated Parler, according to the report. More news in a moment, but first a word from Fundrise, the future of real estate investing. A diversified portfolio is more than just different kinds of stocks. It's a mix of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and now you can put private real estate in the mix with Fundrise. Fundrise provides access to diversified portfolios of private real estate to all investors with their industry-leading, easy-to-use platform. Setting up my Fundrise account was simple. Answer a few questions, make a few decisions. The whole thing took just a few minutes. I'm liking the associated app for a few reasons. It lets me keep track of the projects Fundrise is into. It sends me updates on the Fundrise strategy. and it lets me keep track of my investment's performance. Fundrise is committed to sharing insights and updates about all aspects of my investment. And yours. Whether you're looking to add stable cash flow via dividends or prefer long-term growth through appreciation, Fundrise makes investing in private real estate as easy as investing in stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. See for yourself how 130,000 investors have built a better portfolio with private real estate. It takes just a few minutes to get started. Go to fundrise.com/macOSKen today. That's FUNDRISE. Fundrise.com/macOSKen. Fundrise.com/macOSKen. News of another kid-friendly series for Apple TV+. iDownload blog says the Cupertino streamer has announced a straight-to-series order for Hello, Jack, The Kindness Show. Aimed at the preschool set, the piece says the show will be a live-action entry that focuses on a character named Jack as he tries to inspire kids to show acts of kindness and show just how those acts can change the world. The show was created by Jack McBrayer of Phineas and Ferb and Angela C. Santamero of Blue's Clues. Celebrity guests are teased, though not named in the announcement. Music by OK Go, though, so that's cool. No pictures for this one, not even so much as a logo for the show. Looks like it'll be a while before anyone says hello to Hello, Jack. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 20th of May, is Global Accessibility Awareness Day. Apple Insider says Apple is marking the day with a couple of Today at Apple sessions presented in American Sign Language. Getting Started with iPhone and Getting Started with iPad will both be presented in ASL tomorrow. Along with sessions in ASL, the piece says Apple will also use its built-in Apple Assistant voiceover feature to make the sessions more accessible. Finally, the company is offering a Today at Home session in ASL, covering its free video editing app, Clips. In #these times in which we live, Today at Apple sessions are not actually at Apple still. The sessions will be virtual and hosted on WebEx, according to the report. Registration is still required, though. More information is available at apple.com/today. June is Pride Month. As it's done for the past few years, Apple has introduced a couple of new bands for Apple Watch to mark the occasion, raise awareness, and raise money too. Cult of Mac says the two new bands and associated watch faces coincide with International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia. Two new bands for 2021, a Pride Edition braided solo loop for $99 and a Pride Edition Nike Sport loop for $49. While one tends to think of Pride as an inclusive thing, Apple is driving that home this year. According to Cult of Mac, the Pride Edition braided solo loop features a variation on the traditional Pride flag with black, brown, light blue, pink, and white colors added to the usual red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. The black and brown colors represent the Black and Latinx communities, while the other colors represent transgender and non-binary individuals. Indications in Apple's press release are that some of the money made on the bands will go to LGBTQ+ advocacy organizations. Included among those are Encircle, Equality North Carolina, Equality Texas, Gender Spectrum, and others. That same press release had Apple CEO Tim Cook saying, even before the events at the Stonewall Inn brought the LGBTQ+ movement to a new prominence, Black, brown, and transgender activists were key leaders in the march toward equality. On many fronts, Apple supports the ongoing and unfinished work of equality for diverse and intersectional communities, and we want to provide every opportunity to celebrate and honor this history during Pride season. The Pride theme Apple Watch bands are available to order now. They'll start shipping next Tuesday, the 25th of May. And finally today, this is one of those stories that needs a disclaimer. MacPaw has sponsored macOS Can in the past. I'm not doing this story because they have sponsored my work. I'm doing this story because it's neat. iMore ran a piece Tuesday that had MacPaw saying it's opening an Apple museum in Kyiv, Ukraine. Teasing the venture in a blog post, MacPaw says, "We're planning to launch a museum with 323 exhibits, including Apple's iconic products such as the first portable Macintosh that isn't really portable because it weighs 15.75 pounds, our beloved 128K model signed by Wozniak, Apple's first digital camera's QuickTake, the 20th century Mac that used to be delivered to customers by limo, and more." Where did they get all this stuff? Hither, tither, and yon, it seems. At least 40 Macs came from Manhattan's TechServe. That shop closed its doors and auctioned off its collection in 2016. Turns out MacPaw bought the whole lot, though it's added to the collection since. Called MacPaw Space, there is no word on exactly when the location will open. They do have a well-produced teaser video, though. You can catch all 30 seconds of it on YouTube. Coming up in a few minutes, did you buy an AirTag or 4? Daily Tech News Show's Tom Merritt did. We're talking Apple's device tracker today. The show is called In a Few Minutes. Follow and listen wherever you follow and listen to podcasts. macOS Can, brought to you by me and sponsored by Amazon Pharmacy. Your medication made easy. Learn more at amazon.com/macOScan. This show is also sponsored by Fundrise, the future of real estate investing. Learn more at FUNDRISE, fundrise.com/macOScan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Can. I'm Ken Ray.
You get it started, and I'll run you over. That's the best plan I can think of.